5, 6, 7, 8. Rise up and smash the stage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6,
Hi, Heliboard. Hi, Sue Dedham. In Dublin City Centre. Mayday protest. Thank you. Thanks for hopping in. Hi, Bob. Hi, good Bob. Dublin Mayday protest. Good vibes. It's good vibes, guys. Hi, Haggis. Dublin City Centre. Mayday protest. It's good vibes. Hi, GM Flower. Thank you. Mayday protest in Dublin City Centre. It's good vibes, meeting really nice people. Hi, Great Grandma. Whew, getting feisty now. But it's nice. It's good vibes. Hi, Great Grandma. It's a Mayday protest. There's a lot of unions here, a lot of trade unions. Of course, I would see the doggy. Hello, doggy.
Stand up, fight back. We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated. The workers united will 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 never be defeated. When housing rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When migrant rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When women's rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back.
It's a nice night here, guys. So far, it's nice and mild and dry. Hi, Bridget. Dublin City Centre.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
Hi, Vince. Dublin City Centre. Mayday protest.
The workers united
Will never be defeated.
The workers united
Will never be defeated.
The workers united
Will never be defeated.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Thank you,
There
guys.
is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
When housing rights are under attack,
Stand up, fight back.
when migrant rights are under attack,
Stand up, fight back.
when women's rights are under attack,
Stand up,
Hi,
fight
Mia.
back.
when trans rights are under attack,
Stand up, fight back.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Time to make the bosses pay.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Time to make the bosses pay.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Time to make the bosses pay.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Time to make the bosses pay.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
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 The workers united.
Will never be defeated.
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 From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be
Hi, Kate Taylor.
Workers united.
will never be defeated.
A Mayday protest in Dublin City Centre. A lot of support for a lot of different groups, a lot of different unions. Hi, Cajun Juju. All right, great to see you. Dublin City Centre.
One solution. Revolution. One solution. Revolution. One solution. Revolution. One solution.
Hi, Crochet and Granny.
One solution. Revolution. One solution. Revolution. One
Spiral.
solution.
We're on O'Connell Street in Dublin, on the north side.
The workers united.
Will never be defeated.
The workers united.
Will never be defeated.
The workers united.
Will never be defeated.
The workers united.
Hi, Kate Taylor. Hi, Crochet and Granny. Hi, Cajun Juju. Hi, Susanna.
Make the bosses pay.
Hi,
Mayday
Vince.
is Workers' Day.
Hi, Red. Hi, Bridget.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Kiera. Awesome.
Time to make the bosses pay.
Sorry I missed you. Hi, Haggis. Great Grandma, GM Flower, Good Bob. Thank you, everybody.
Anti-fascist! 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 Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up,
Hi,
fight
Kara.
back! Stand up, fight back!
Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back.
It's kind of pretty.
The workers united. The workers united.
Will never be defeated!
The workers united.
Will never be defeated!
The workers united.
It is. Oh, hi. Nice to see you out. We can always depend on you.
Oh yeah.
We can always depend on you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Mayday is Workers' Day. Mayday is Workers' Day. Mayday is Workers' Day. Mayday is Workers' Day. The workers united. The workers united.
Will never be defeated!
The workers united.
Will never be defeated!
The workers united.
Will never be defeated!
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Time to make the bosses pay.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
To make the bosses pay.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Thanks, Lisa.
Time to make the bosses pay.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Time to make the bosses pay.
One solution.
Oh, why he has his hands up in the air like that? What the fuck have they done to me country?
Oh, jeez.
Revolution. Revolution. Stand up, fight back.
And a lovely protester gave me a battery pack, so I should be able to. I mean, I have to give it back to her. Trade phone numbers. All right, David B. Hi, Lisa. Hi, guys. Dublin City Centre, North Side, Mayday protests. A lot of unions. Hi, August. Good to see you. Thank you. The Mayday protest, Dublin City Centre. Nice evening, try. We'll never be defeated.
We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated.
So, thanks, guys. It's nice, peaceful. It's Mayday. There's a lot of unions, the anti-racism, pro-Palestinian, a lot of workers' rights, housing rights, trans rights. Thank you.
Stand up, fight back.
The workers united.
We'll never be defeated.
The workers united. We'll never be defeated. The workers united.
We'll never be defeated.
The workers united.
We'll never be defeated.
One solution.
Revolution!
One solution.
Revolution!
Hi, Roxy Box.
Revolution! Revolution!
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Time to make the bosses pay.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Time to make the bosses pay.
Mayday is Workers' Day.
Time to make the bosses pay.
It's Mayday protest.
We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back.
Everything's on time.
Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated.
And she was just looking at me like, why do you want to go to I said, oh my god, that breaks my heart.
Time to make the bosses pay.
Revolution!
When workers' rights are under attack,
Stand up, fight back!
when housing rights are under attack,
Stand up, fight back!
when migrant rights are under attack,
Stand up, fight back.
when trans rights are under attack,
Stand up, fight back.
one solution.
Thanks, Crocheting Granny. the nicest things. Thank you. This is good vibes. It's good vibes. Definitely good vibes.
We say class war. What do we want? Class war. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Class war. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Class war. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Class war. When do we want it? Now. Stop it in. Stop it in. I can pass it. Stop it in.
Sorry.
Housing rights are workers' rights.
Hi, Pink Ladybug. Thank you.
Housing rights are workers' rights. Public land. Public land. Public housing. Public land. Public housing. Public land. Public housing. Housing rights are workers' rights. Same struggle, same fight. Housing rights are workers' rights. Same struggle, same fight. Housing rights are workers' rights. Same struggle, same fight.
Thank you, Pink Ladybug. It's Mayday. Lots of different protests, but it's all good vibes. All came together. It's awesome.
Stop the bombing now! We are the people. We won't be silent. Stop the bombing now!
It's very peaceful.
Workers' rights are under attack. The renters' rights are under attack. Stand up, fight back. The renters' rights are under attack. Stand up, fight back. The workers' rights are under attack. Stand up, fight back. Public land. Public housing. Public land. Public housing. Public land. Public housing. Public land. Public housing. What do we want? Public housing. Homes for people, not for profit. Homes for people, not for profit. Homes for people, not for profit. Homes for need, not for greed. Homes for need, not for greed. Homes for people, not for profit. Homes for people, not for profit. Homes for need, not for greed. Homes for need, not for greed. Homes for people, not for profit. Homes for people, not for profit. When workers' rights are under attack, workers' rights are under attack.
Yes. It's very nice, very good vibes, so very nice people.
Workers' rights are housing rights.
Same struggle, same fight.
Housing rights are workers' rights.
Same struggle, same fight.
Housing rights are workers' rights.
Beautiful evening. Nice sky.
Housing rights are workers' rights.
Same struggle, same fight.
What do we want?
Public housing.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Public housing.
When do we want it?
Now.
When renters' rights are under attack.
Stand up, fight back.
When renters' rights are under attack.
Stand up, fight back.
Public land is under attack.
Stand up, fight back.
Public land is under attack.
Stand up, fight back.
there really is a bagpiper at the front of this, leading this. I was like, oh, is he like with the protest or is he separate? They're like, no, he's leading the protest. Thank you. Hey, 420. I'm representing 420. It's a good vibes. Just on the north side of the Liffey at the moment. Came from the Garden of Remembrance. It's good vibes.
You're the gangster. Do something.
Hey, sorry. How are you getting on? Oh, grand. It's all different groups, a lot of trade unions. And some parties. Hey again.
Now that I actually am looking towards a job, I can.
People before profit are here. Social Democrats are here. Oh darn, I gotta show that one. Do you mind if I... Thank you. Sorry, oh, is it okay if I show? Thank you. I love your sign. I love handmade signs. Just stand on it for a minute because it's so nice. Can I show yours as well?
Mine is a bit complicated.
Oh, fair play to you. For the intellectual protester.
Yeah, I'm an academic, so.
I get it. I respect.
Thanks.
And to you. God bless you.
Today, that's what I did this morning. Cycle to Brussels town.
Thanks. This is a good one, Debs from Palestine. I never saw that before.
It's a good book. I'm not into fishing.
It's awesome. It's so beautiful to see all the different groups as well, just coming together so nicely, supporting each other. It's awesome. Get the guards for you for 420. But it's very, very good. Very, very, very nice. It's so good here. Yeah, they're just blocking off the road for them now. The stage. Get you a bit of Irish language, huh?
You're all welcome to this
sorry,
commemoration of Mayday, which the Trade Council has been holding since 1890. You're all very welcome. And what distinguishes us as workers is that all the wealth in society is produced by workers. Workers in industry, in transport, workers in the colleges, workers throughout society. We create the wealth, and it's that power that brings us together internationally on this day. The small minority of capitalists and landlords, they control society. They get their government elected time and time again to defend their interests. So on this day, we renew our hope and belief that the workers will eventually achieve the power politically that we already have in terms of industry and social wealth production. On this day, there are demonstrations happening right across the world, in Africa, throughout Europe, in Asia, and in the United States. This is an occasion for us to think about the origins of Mayday and the sacrifices people made in order to achieve the 8-hour day. Mayday is associated with the struggle for the 8-hour day. And people sometimes forget that 4 workers'
Hopefully the
leaders were hanged
Scientologists are listening.
following a demonstration for the 8-hour
Enough.
day in Chicago
8-hour day,
in
guys.
1886. A demonstration was held in the city, and by the way, there's a very strong labour tradition across the United States, in all the major cities. And Trump is lying when he tries to pretend that the history of the States is all about nationalism and America going first. There's a strong labour tradition. And there was a demonstration in Chicago in 1886, a mass demonstration, which was attacked by the police. Hundreds were injured, and 8 leaders were sentenced. 4 of them were hanged, and 1 was killed in prison. We must never forget the sacrifices that people made in order to bring us to where we are today.
Wow. So Chicago, people from Chicago, you come by it honestly.
It's a strike and a demonstration that took place 21 years earlier in 1865. That demonstration was in Kashmir. It was a demonstration and a protest held by workers who worked in the garment industry. And 28 leaders of the labour movement were killed on that day. Hundreds were injured. The leaders of the movement were arrested, tortured, and imprisoned in the place
When this
in Kashmir, of all places.
man starts speaking, I have to return a call because another lady that's protesting lent me her battery pack, and she's calling probably to see where I am. I'm going to call her back, but I won't end the stream though. I'll just let her know where I am.
In the same way it's happened in Chicago 21 years later. So we must never forget the sacrifices that were made by trade union members across the globe. We should also remind ourselves, and by the way, May the 1st was chosen as a commemorative day, May the 1st, 1890, to commemorate the deaths and to express support for the struggle for the 8-hour day in Chicago, in Haymarket Square. There's other aspects as well. The Socialist International, which is the second international, the inheritors of traditions of the first international, which Karl Marx was involved in the foundation.
Hi, Izzy.
The second
Good to see you. Thank you.
of workers' parties
It's a
across the
Dublin,
globe, including the
north
United
side of
States,
Dublin,
called
Mayday
for a
protest.
demonstration
Thank you.
on May the 1st, 1890, for the 8-hour day. So our traditions are linked in with the traditions of international socialism. So it's not just about trade union organisation, it's about political organisation and about political movement. One of the groups that was involved in the Second International, or Socialist International, was the London Trades Council. So there was mass movements of workers coming together to endeavour to change society along socialist lines. So we must remind ourselves that the movement that we are part of is not just a trade union movement, it's an international political struggle to achieve a fair and a just society. Now, with regard to today's meeting,
The principal theme we're basing our meeting on today is the issue of housing. Housing is an enormous problem for workers and for families across society. Also, incidentally, internationally, many of the countries of the world have a similar housing crisis and similar shortages. We need to remember that we'll have a speaker on housing. We need to remember that the issue of housing is also chosen by the right-wing forces.
I gotta take this call because
to create division.
hang in there, please don't.
Well, there is one thing we completely fail to see.
Hi guys, this is how nice people are. A woman who's protesting gave me her battery pack so I could walk with her battery pack, and so she was just calling me to see where I was. We exchanged phone numbers in case we lost each other, which we did, of course. So I told her where I was. Oh, there she is. Okay, thank you. Just a second, guys. Thanks. I see I lost a good few people there. They probably thought my battery died. Hi, hippie chick. Great to see you. Our hippie chick. Hi. Oh, thank you. God bless you. You're so sweet. Yeah, I have 97. That's awesome. I'm just I'll stay here, like I'll stream until I'll hang here for a while. Kelly, it was lovely meeting you. Oh my God. What a lovely person. I'll get in touch with you about the next what to do, okay? Thank you. Thank you. She's a lovely lady, and Audit is a lovely lady. Oh yeah, she's brass. It is you. That was a lovely lady. We met at the garden. The meeting place was this Garden of Remembrance, and I was like, oh, my phone battery, and this woman just pulled out of her bag a battery. I was like, oh yeah, just use it, and but she just gave it to me so I could just plug it in while I was walking. But I think she's going now, so she doesn't live in Dublin, so she might not be staying. She might have to get back. She's up in the north in Tyrone. So yeah, she was just calling me there to see where I was so she could get her battery pack back. Bless her, the sweetheart. I met two lovely people. Two lovely people. It's amazing. Hi Rika, thank you. Yeah, it's Mayday protests, but all different. There's a Free Palestine, and there's a lot of trade unions because like May 1st is kind of a trade union day. She's amazing. I think there's speakers. Just hang her. Thank you. Yeah, look at her cool camera. It's a cool camera. She does have the pink. Oh, you deserve one that has more pink, like a full on top to bottom pink. Must have one in the world somewhere.
Homes for the many, not for the few.
Thank you, Jimmy. Our first speaker this evening is Paul Gavin, who's an advocacy and campaign.
Yeah, hippie chick, that's right.
For the Irish Congress of Trade
I
Unions.
feel bad that you can't have one that's purely sparkly pink.
Very well, good. Comrades, it's a great honour to be able to address this event this evening. And firstly, I want to thank the executive of the Dublin Council of Trade Unions for the invitation. On this International Workers' Day, we honour all who fought and still fight for the rights of labour. We remember Connolly, Larkin, and all those who stood on picket lines, who organised in the factories and the fields, who defied empires and corporations to declare another world is possible. I want to talk about housing in particular. We've been living through a housing emergency, we know that, but we're actually now heading into a housing disaster. The latest figures, 15,500 homeless human beings in this state. 4,653 children. Comrades, life is about choices, and the facts are stark because successive governments, including this new one, have chosen to put the needs of the market before the needs of the people. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael have chosen to lift the ban on no-fault evictions, driving homelessness to record levels. They've chosen not to freeze rents, delivering the most expensive rents anywhere in Europe, here in Dublin, literally driving tens of thousands of our best and brightest young people out of the country. They've chosen to lock a whole generation of young people out of housing, forcing them to live in the box room of their parents' houses. And their latest wheeze is to put these people now into garden sheds. And they're going to pay a guy 430 grand for a part-time job to make that happen. And right now, they're preparing to lift rent caps, give the Development Land Agency a mandate to hand over state land to private developers. So comrades, the message from Congress is clear. There are solutions to the housing crisis. And we agree with the call from the Housing Commission for a radical reset of housing policy. We demand housing as a human right, not a commodity. The state must build public housing on public land. No more sweetheart deals for developers. No more tax havens for vulture funds. Put the land and housing stock in the hands of the people. Congress have set out a detailed set of proposals to deliver the housing that this country needs. We call for the large-scale return of the state into public housing provision, not as a customer, but as a supplier of homes. We propose the creation of a new housing semi-state to work in partnership with local authorities to deliver public housing at scale. We call for the establishment of true cost rental model for new housing, not the current nonsense that the government calls cost rental, one that factors in private profit and charges €1,800 for two-bed apartments in this city. We call for an immediate rent freeze and a restoration on the ban on no-fault evictions. We call for a doubling of social and affordable housing targets. And comrades, let no one tell you the money isn't there. It is there. It's just in the wrong hands. So comrades, there are solutions to the housing crisis. That's the core message from Congress today. And those solutions can only come from the left. And I want to make a clear call here this evening for all parties of the left to work together in a coordinated fashion to deliver the alternative government this country so badly needs. Before I finish, I want to reiterate two important points. Firstly, that we emphatically reject the politics of hate, the politics of racism, the politics of blaming the weakest members of our society for the failures of capitalism. We will work tirelessly to build a united working class to reject the politics of fascism. And then finally, I want to reiterate Congress' position on Palestine. We stand with the Palestinian people. We stand with Gaza. We condemn utterly the genocide that continues to take place there. We call for boycotts, divestment and sanctions. We call for an end to the disgraceful sale of Israeli war bonds by our central bank. We call for the Occupied Territories Act to be passed and an end to the use of Shannon Airport by the US military in their support of this genocide. And we salute all those who stand up and speak out for Palestinian freedom, including our brothers in kneecap. So comrades, on this day let us raise our voices together and mobilise for housing, for healthcare, for peace, neutrality, an end to genocide and workers' power.
Thank you, Paul. Our next speaker is Aisling Hideman, who represents the Community and Tenants Union, CATU. A very active, very much a campaigning organisation with a lot of influence in communities and in housing complexes and in flats. You will have seen recently.
Did you hear 420? He shouted out kneecap.
So, Aisling Hideman from CATU.
Encouraging Today I'm here to speak to you about the housing crisis, and I won't be dressing it up. This is an anti-establishment speech. And when I say who's to blame, I want you to shout loud and proud, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. Let's try it now. Who's to blame? My name is Aisling Hederman, and I'm the Education Coordinator for CAT2 Ireland, the Community Action Tenants Union. We are the only all-Ireland tenants union. That means we stand for homeowners, renters, private and social, people in council housing, approved housing bodies, the homeless, and those fleeing war and are in IPAS accommodations. From Derry to Cork, Galway to Dublin, Belfast to Sligo to Wexford, we're one union, one fight. We believe, like any good trade union, that organising together is the only way to win real change. Our struggles are shared, and together we have the power. In 1913, workers in Dublin were locked out of their jobs. In 2025, we are locked out of housing. Working class people all across Ireland feel it. We feel the housing stress, the neglect, the lack of proper investment in our communities. We feel left behind. Renters are locked down. With rent caps, rent pressure zones are being dismantled. Rents are skyrocketing. Evictions are up. Homelessness is rising. Who's to blame? Our demands: don't lift the rent pressure zones. Keep those protections until we get real alternatives. Cut the rent, slash it to match what people actually earn, and no evictions. Social housing tenants are locked out, especially in places like Kilmore, Ballymun, Pearse Street, Oliver Bond, Rathmines and Ballybock, to name a few, and they are suffering from dangerous living conditions. DCC ignores tenants and gives piecemeal replies to their requests. Derelict buildings left to rot. Instead of fixing things, the council tries to break up tenant organising, the same union busting tactics trade unions face in 2025. Who's to blame? A proper roadmap to fix all tenants' issues. Our demands are a proper roadmap to fix all tenants' issues, a timeline to repair or reuse derelict properties, transfers for those who want out and maintenance for those that have to stay, official recognition of our union towards collective bargaining in our communities. The homeless are locked out. Homelessness is shameful. In March, 15,500 people were recorded as homeless. Over 2,000 families and nearly 5,000 children. That doesn't even count the rough sleepers, the couch surfers, or those left out of the system. Landlords are making a profit off this misery. Some even evict tenants to cash in on government contracts for homeless accommodation and IPAS accommodation.
Sounds good for 20.
This is what we have seen in Hackney House, Tramco and in Kildare. Who's to blame? Our demand is build public housing now, end dependence on landlords and developers, lift income caps so all workers can access it. Homeowners, you're locked out too. You're not safe neither. The vulture funds are circling. We've seen talk of pushing older people out of their homes and the chaos of the taking in charge process, where councils and developers dodge responsibility. Places like Balmain, Parkside and Clongriffin shows how little accountability there is. It's all outsourced, it's privatised, and the community suffers. Who's to blame? Our demands are, listen to the people, build estates with proper services, community halls, youth centres, doctors, schools, elder services, spaces for local businesses at affordable rents so they can thrive. We want real communities for our kids. So let's be honest, the people in the Dáil aren't locked out. They're making the decisions that keep us out. They want to hire a housing czar on €500,000. Maybe a man who sold our homes to the vulture funds. It's cronyism, plain and simple. It's jobs for their pals with no accountability. Who's to blame? Yes, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael and the developers, vulture funds, corporate landlords, the so-called independents backing them. they are to blame. They all profit from our pain. They are the real enemy of the working class. We must stand together, workers and tenants alike. The revolution begins in our streets, in our flats, in our estates and in our unions. Join CAT2, join the fight, get organised, take action. As Jim Larkin once said, the great appear great because we are on our knees. Let us rise. Eric Susan Kayla.
Thank you, Ashton, for a very inspiring, very informative contribution. And I would repeat her advice to people to get involved with CATU, the Community Action and Tenants Union. To get involved with CATU, it's a very important organisation in terms of its policy and its influence on people looking for housing, whether to purchase or to rent. Our next speaker is Ro Pereira. Now, Ro represents the CALA, which is an organisation which unites people against those who want to create division, against the various right-wing parties in society. And the members of the CALA are involved in their communities and in various parts, various places where activity is required to defeat the right wing. It's a united front which brings together community groups, trade unions, political parties and activists of various kinds. So Ro Pereira is going to speak on behalf of the CALA and will explain to you more fully the kind of activities that they're involved with. So, Ro.
It's a Mayday protest and speeches,
get a march, things like that. Today that we are at crisis point.
It's all different.
Why we are calling for urgent action from civil society groups, from trade unions, and from political parties to tackle the challenges we're facing. The cost of living crisis and the housing crisis have created fertile ground for the far right. But let's be clear, its growth is a symptom, not a solution. These crises were not caused by immigrants. They are the result of government policies that prioritise landlords, corporate profits, and deliberate wealth hoarding. Far-right agitators masquerade as defenders of Ireland, but they offer no solutions. They claim to champion the working class, but they thrive on division and fear-fueling policies that harm working people while protecting elites. They support the status quo, enabling the government's failures while scapegoating migrants and minorities to deflect blame. The rally on Saturday was not anti-government, and it wasn't about the Easter commemoration. It was far-right posturing. When they yelled, "Make Ireland Great Again," they conveniently forgot about the Battle of Cable Street almost 90 years ago, where Irish dockers, immigrants and trade unions joined forces and mobilised in their thousands to block British fascists. That's the true Irish legacy. Of unity against racism and authoritarianism, not hollow slogans, but collective action rooted in working class power. We have the highest rate of homelessness in the history of the state, while over 150,000 properties lie vacant. This crisis is not a natural disaster. This is the result of deliberate political decisions made by the government. Corporate landlords now account for over a quarter of private tenancies in Dublin. Redirect the anger and put the blame fair and square where it belongs. The far right claim to be anti-establishment, but they serve the very systems they claim to oppose. They will not solve the housing crisis. They will not lower your bills. The far right are a reactionary pushback against the gains made by workers, by unions and by the LGBTQI community and feminist movements over the last 2 decades. We need to remember the movements that changed this country and held the government to ransom. These movements were born from outrage. outrage and hope. We need that same outrage now. Outrage at arson attacks, outrage at attacks on homeless migrants, outrage at attacks on lesbian, gay and trans people, outrage at worsening inequality, housing, homelessness, poverty, and the disgusting profits made on the backs of the working people's misery.
Just gave you a break there.
We are at a crossroads. We cannot concede ground. We must challenge fascism at every opportunity, in street movements, in marches, and in our existing community campaigns. We need to place anti-racism at the centre of our organising. Campaigns on housing, on healthcare, disability, and workers' rights, and the cost of living must be anti-racist and willing to challenge the far-right lies. Last Saturday, over 1,000 people mobilised as part of the United Against Racism counter demo, and we had 50,000 people on the streets for Ireland for all. We need the hundreds of thousands of people marching against genocide in Palestine to come together to march in solidarity with refugees here in Ireland. The antidote to hate and division is the power of organised labour and popular solidarity. It's time to reclaim our strength through a 32-county united front where trade unions, community groups, migrant networks and all oppressed voices stand shoulder to shoulder against fascism. I'm asking groups here to join Lekela. By pooling our energy and focusing on class unity, we can build anti-fascist solidarity within our campaigns, our communities, and continue to fight for a better future where no one is left behind. No to hate, no to fear. Refugees are welcome here. No to hate, no to fear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Thank you, Ro, for a very valuable analysis of what's happening on the right in Irish society. And in particular, it's important that he highlighted that the housing crisis, the health crisis, the cost of living crisis, none of these are caused by immigrants or asylum seekers. The reason we have these problems across society is because of government policy. So the fight against are the solutions to housing, to health, to education, to all the various issues that people have to face. The solution is to fight the government and to bring the government down and replace it with a government that's committed to solving the problems that working people and communities face. And as Rose said, you should get involved with Lekela. I see a lot of the Lekela Steering Committee present today, which is very nice to see. So our final speaker at this rally is Mags O'Brien on behalf of the Trade Union Friends of Palestine. Like everybody here will understand, the genocide that's happening and is recognised as being happening internationally, that's happening in Gaza, has to be resisted at every single opportunity. And I just mentioned one. The central bank is facilitating the sale of war bonds for Israel across the European Union. They're raising money for the genocidal operations that have been carried out in Gaza by the IDF. It's important that everybody at every opportunity makes it known that they are opposed to the central bank being involved in that exercise on behalf of the Israeli government. They were asked by the Israeli Development Corporation to facilitate the sale of the bonds. Once Britain left the European Union and Brexit, then the Irish government took over that role of facilitating. It is a shame. And the President of Israel said specifically, and you'll find it on the website, that that money that's being raised through the bonds is war-aimed revenue. That the bonds are actually war bonds. So anyway, I'm sure Mags can explain in a lot more depth what's happening in Palestine. So our final speaker is Magda O'Brien on behalf of the Trade Union Friends of Palestine.
Good evening. In 2007, a Congress delegation visited Val Hashim, which is the Holocaust Memorial Museum in Jerusalem, where we laid a wreath to remember the dead. I was particularly struck by the exhibition that remembered the Warsaw Ghetto. The phrase, "lest we forget," came to mind when I thought about the ghettoization of Gaza. Now, 18 years later, I watch in horror as the Zionist plan to forcibly remove Palestinians from their own land is almost a mirror image of that Warsaw Ghetto. There are now over 52,000 dead and well over 100,000 injured in Gaza, and countless more that we don't know of yet. There are 3,000 trucks with international aid waiting on the border. Food and water has already run out for many. The starvation and murder of any population is genocide under all international conventions. One of the most well-respected organizations, the Palestinian Center for Human Rights, who speaks truth to power on all sides, has said that this silence towards these crimes is explicit complicity. The international community, they say, must rise to its responsibilities, not merely under law, but towards the very essence of humanity. Immediate international action is urgently needed to end the systematic violations and crimes committed by the Israeli occupying forces against the Palestinian people. So the PCHR calls for immediate and serious measures to stop the ongoing crime of genocide and hold the Israeli perpetrators of these crimes accountable before international courts. And they urge the state parties to the Genocide Convention to fulfill their legal and moral obligations and take urgent action to protect the Palestinian civilians from the mass killings and serious human rights violations. So what must we do? We can call out our government for its complicity. I am sick of the crocodile tears of our ministers. Their support for Palestine is the best in Europe, they bleat, while allowing American planes through Shannon to supply Bibi's Israeli death forces, the IDF, and our central bank to fund this genocide, meanwhile blocking the Occupied Territories Bill, which they championed during the election. They think they are the best in Europe, like Israel thinks that they're the only democracy in the Middle East. Hypocrites! And when we protest about genocide, what do? Send in the public order unit. A big shout out to the IPSC warriors who occupied the Westbury today. They're heroes. And on that, I've been asked by the IFPC to say that there will be an emergency demonstration tomorrow outside the Department of Justice from 1 to 2. So let's see everybody who can get there, please. So, I don't need to tell any of you here what's happening in Gaza, what's happening in the West Bank. And for anybody that didn't watch it the other night, the Louis Theroux documentary, it said it all, didn't it? It just literally nailed it. So I think as we're here on Mayday and we're trade unionists, there are some things that we need to do, right? We need to fight. We need to let every trade unionist here today go out and proselytise, go and speak of solidarity, get motions passed, ensure that everyone knows about boycott, divestment and sanctions, and get them to lobby their politicians. It's not sufficient to turn up for a march. We have to go and we have to talk the talk in our employments. And we have to get the ordinary members on the ground to lobby politicians. It's only through that kind of strength that we get changes. Politicians are only afraid if they think their votes are affected.
Thank you, Vince.
So I'll ask you to do that. Join the Irish Palestinian Solidarity Campaign if you wish to, and work with us within your unions. But really what we have to say is, not in our name do the politicians in Ireland, do they act. We do not want them to aid and abet BB's butchers like the person they had in the Dáil the other day. Shame on them. So I finish by saying, in the words of the wonderful internationality, arise ye workers from your slungers, arise ye prisoners of want, for reason in revolt now thunders, and at last ends the age of cant. So no more cant, get out there and free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Thank you, Max, for that contribution, and thank you also for the Trade Union Friends of Palestine and the work that organisation does in spreading information and knowledge about the slaughter that's happening in front of our eyes, and they're having a significant effect in individual unions. There's a couple of things I want to say before we end. First of all, you're all invited to Liberty Hall to a social event with music, and to give us a chance to get to know each other, to share ideas, to build solidarity, and to build communities and networks. I also want to say, in summary of what we've been discussing, the real power in society is with the workers, those who produce the wealth, those who drive the trains, those who run the hospitals, the education system, and everything else. That's where the power is. We have to use that power and transform the power we have industrially, in terms of workplaces, into political power. We must not allow the representatives of capitalism and of landlordism to continue ruling this country in their interests. We have the ability to change all that. We have the power to transform society in the interests of working people and communities. We must use that power. Now is the time to use that power and to call into action the force that we can deploy to transform society in the interests of working people. Go to meet them all good, agus Roigling.
I'm just going to finish off with a quick song, I won't keep it too long.
Has written a song about Palestine that he's now going to sing at the conclusion of the meeting.
So the chorus of this song is really easy. You've been having the protest, you've probably heard it already. It's in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. So if you can pick up the melody, do please join in for it.
Hi, Kira.
You know they like to wipe it out of the face of the earth. Either not a single trace behind where the Palestine is done. Oh, but there's one thing that they completely fail to see. That Palestine runs far beyond the river and the sea. Because in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. Oh, in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. Oh, and in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. I said, in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. So they can try and try and try, but they never will succeed. Kill the spirit of the people that's been planted like a seed. In every corner of this planet now it should be plain to see that the people be silent until Palestine is free. I think you pick it up, let's go. We die in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians.
Make a united protest. So I was wondering whether I could someone organize it.
In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. Oh, in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. One more time, in a regular loud time, here we go. Oh, in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. Oh, in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. Let's go, one last one, as loud as you can. Oh, in our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. Thanks for that.
Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
So now we're all welcome into Liberty Hall. Get to know each other, share ideas. So thank you for your attendance.
Me too. Well, I don't think I'll be going to Liberty Hall. Hey, Crocheting Granny, thank you. Well, I met some really nice people here. It was good vibes. It's really good vibes the whole time. It's beautiful. Thanks, everybody.
Ozzy, are you still around? Yeah. I'm not sure we're feeling
Thank you guys. You guys had a great turnout.
Well,
You always do.
what, people for profit?
Yeah.
We did okay.
I live streamed it. Maybe I'll send it to Richard Boy Barrett.
No, because he's off on sick leave. I would send it to
Reed?
Connor Reddy or Reed.
Right.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
Paul. Send it to Paul.
Well, what's your
Paul
name?
Murphy. I'm John Whipple.
Oh, John, I'm Heather.
Yeah, Heather.
Oh, or Kirby. I live in Dunleary. I'm in the Dunleary, but
Well, I'll tell you what. You can send it to Owen Ross, and he'll send it on to somebody. You know, you might know Owen Ross. He's the organizer down there in Dunleary.
yeah.
One of the councillors or somebody. They'll get it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Jesus, Mary Jane. I'm always saying my name and saying, I loose lip sync ships, guys. I think it'll be all right. That's Liberty Hall. It's a bit of an eyesore. It's the tallest building in Dublin, but it's a trade union building. I'm not ashamed to say I was in a union. I have lapsed, and so they're going to go in there. They're inviting everybody in there to socialize and network, I suppose. But I'm not going to. Oh, thanks everybody. And I didn't run out of my battery. Still at 84%. we'll go across the Liffey together, and then we'll end it. But thanks a million, guys. The weather this week has been really, really good here. It's been quite amazing. Like for the end of April, it's just been beautiful. This was well, like they're all different, I suppose. Like, but it is very, very different here. I mean, you don't need a permit to march in the street. It's mannerly to let the guards know. You only need a permit if it's on private property, which is can be kind of hard to define sometimes. But this is the Liffey. No. I think this is as good as anywhere just now. Guys, I think that I'm just gonna end this. It was a really nice evening. It was really good vibes. I met and talked to some really nice people. Really glad I came out. So thank you very much for joining me, I guess you could say. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in the chats. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a million, guys. Thank you.